Hello everyone, this is Cody Lee of BlackCatBooks.org, author of Cruel and Beautiful, Eye of the Dragon, Rabbit Hole, and King Dio. With the recent announcement of Metroid Dread coming from the developers of Samus Returns, MercurySteam, I was optimistic that the weird kind of conspiracy that's been coming up regarding Samus Returns, that like it was somehow like a bad game would like dissipate and disappear, and to a certain extent that is true. Like I think among like actual Metroid fans, like that very real group of people who do enjoy Metroid games, who do look forward to these releases, who do understand that Nintendo does a very good job managing the franchise. That is true. It did feel like immediately after Dread was announced, most people were overwhelmingly positive to it, and were overwhelmingly happy that MercurySteam returned to make a sequel. I myself honestly didn't expect it to happen because I almost felt that MercurySteam was would be a controversial choice for it. But no, they actually seem to be doing a very good job. But Pretendos, right? The group of people who are desperately trying to downplay the success of Metroid, downplay Dread hype, trying to say it's going to bomb. A lot of those people, people like Black Bond, are going around trying to tell people that Samus Returns was a bad game. Sure, they never played it. Sure, they don't know anything about it. Sure, they'll just try to say that the parry mechanic doesn't work, when in reality, not only does it work, it leads an entirely... It makes the combat in the game feel so much more fluid and natural. It's just... makes the enemies in this game are just so aggressive, and it's just so fun to fight. I don't understand why people honestly try and pretend this game was bad. There seems to be all kinds of reasons for it. The most prominent I notice is this idea that like AM2R was better when it was just a rehash of like when it really wasn't. Like, why are you Metroid fans? Like, if you don't like what Nintendo is doing with Metroid, right? Now that they're putting out good new games again, like, why exactly do you consider yourself a fan? Like, I keep seeing this come up in like all sorts of different ways. Like, you have people attacking the Prime games, you have people attacking like anything after the first two, you have people like calling Fusion and Zero Mission shit, and now you have people going after against the MercurySteam games. Like, despite being, I think, probably better, I think, than a lot of the original Nintendo games. Other than maybe Super, I can't think of any 2D Metroid game that's better than Samus Returns. I think that highly of it. I think they did an excellent job with it. Really taking this the flawed original game and really improving on it and modernizing it, like making a really good remake, like way better than stuff like Resident Evil 2 remake or Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Like Samus Returns was great. Like I loved it. I thought it was an amazing game from start to finish, and the people who disagree with me can't seem to explain why. Like, to me, it just comes off like typical Pretendo nonsense, right? Where they're just raging against Nintendo just for the sake of raging against Nintendo. A problem that's been very prevalent for, I think, years now. It's become so prevalent that like I'm almost not even noticing it in some respects now. Like, this is something I really should have been calling out more, like before Dread was announced. I really wasn't expecting Metroid 5 to come out before Metroid Prime 4, but like this is something I very strongly believe, right? Most of the people whining about Metroid don't actually play the games, don't actually care about them, don't actually like don't actually play them in any way. Like, and they keep exposing themselves time after time again. There was nothing wrong with Metroid Samus Returns. There was nothing wrong with the combat. There was nothing wrong with the structure. There was nothing wrong with the visuals. There was nothing wrong with like the final boss. Like, you know things are bad when like people are complaining about Ridley being in Samus Returns. You know, like people are reaching when they complain about Samus Returns having like a final boss like at the end. Like, what's your complaint exactly? Like, I don't understand it, and I don't respect it. Like, I don't respect your opinion. I think you're scum, and I think you need to stop complaining about things that you clearly are not interested in. Leave the gaming community. No one wants to hear from you.